Well, greetings, gamers. This is Dr. Eileen, the Gaming Doc, and this is your place and your space to chat, to chill, to hang out, to hear something odd beeping. Okay, we won't beep anymore. So, how is everyone this morning? How are you? Oddsense! Welcome, Oddsense with the wings. It's so good to see you this morning, my friend. I hope you're doing well. I hope all is cool and fruity with you. And I am so happy about your recent news. That is so very cool. And I am a firm believer that absolutely nothing happens by coincidence. I do not believe in coincidence. I think that it is just very, very cool, and fingers, toes, and eyes crossed for it. Sheila Marcel, who is an awesome streamer who, if you do have no idea what diamond painting is, and of course, Oddsense is an amazing streamer too. Oddsense is so much more than just amazing wings. But Sheila, she is also an amazing streamer. One of my nameless family, which I don't know why my chat bot is not cooperating. You know, please make it make sense. But we will just move on. Anyway, if you don't know what diamond painting is, if you've never known what diamond painting is, it is tremendously pretty. And if you would like to know what it is and how to do it, please give a click on Sheila's name. And if you just want to hang out with a tremendously fun and awesome streamer, you definitely need to click onto Oddsense and, you know, just follow and just have a great time. So, Monday, I know a few who diamond paint. I love them. Yes, it is so cool. And I had never even heard of it, and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is so pretty. And Sheila does such an amazing job, and she explains stuff with it. And that's what, like, one of the best parts when streamers, you know, because some streamers are like, you know, they're really focused on what they're doing. They're focused on their game, or they're focused on the craft they're doing. And, you know, they get so focused in that they don't really interact much with the chat. And the folks here are just so awesome because they interact with the chat. They see, you know, when people have questions, they answer questions. And it's just, there's so many very cool streamers. So, you know, definitely check these folks out. Oddsense will help you get better at a game, guaranteed. So it is all cool. And morning beverage of the day is bulletproof coffee in mug. Life, it's fun until it isn't, and it sucks until it doesn't. Shameless merch plug. So, Slans up here! Oh my gosh, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. That's so cool. And thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh. And if you're a streamer, I mean, welcome in any case, but if you are a streamer, please feel free to promote your stream. I know that there's the whole thing about, you know, you don't self-promote. I want you to let us know what you're streaming, when you're streaming, you know, whatever. Please feel free, but we'll entertain for sure. Absolutely. So please let us know. And, you know, and if you're someone who just, you know, supports streamers, thank you so much for being so supportive. That is so cool. And as it is Bean Boozled Bean July, we have the Bean Boozled Beans. Now, last month was spicy beans. Okay, we're ready to let that go. But this month, it is Bean Boozled Beans. For every 100 bits, I will eat 1. For every follow, I will eat 2. And for every sub, I will eat 3. So, for Slans LP, thank you so much for the follow. And, okay, what have we got here? We've got either toasted marshmallow or stink bug. And I think the other one is, no, maybe we got 2. It's weird because sometimes they don't actually have the same, you know, markings, but we'll see what it is. We'll see. So it's either toasted marshmallow or stink bug flavored. If you don't know about Bean Boozled Beans, they're jelly beans. It's like, how can you abuse jelly beans? That was my favorite Easter candy. And so, you know, but it's either going to be something nice or something horrible. Lord Meteora in the house, the busiest man outside of Hollywood. Oh my gosh, Lord Meteora, who was just at the Comic-Con in Houston, who has an amazing time there, and I know he's probably, you know, shaking the dust off his shoes and heading toward his next destination, which please, please, please let the chat know where it is you're going to be next. And okay, well, let's do this. First thing in the morning, first thing on a Monday, make it happen Monday. Slap, this is, or Slans, this is for you. Oh my god, it's one of each. Oh, the stink bug is winning over the toasted marshmallow. A toasted marshmallow stink bug. Oh. Okay. It's not as horrible as it could be, but it's still pretty bad. Oh my god. Okay, sip. And for those of you who don't know what bulletproof coffee is black coffee that has about a tablespoon of butter in it. Yes, I know. It sounds weird. It's kind of an acquired taste, but actually it tastes pretty good. Next weekend is Oklahoma City. Oh my gosh. Blind time. Oh, that's right. I didn't do the blind thing. Okay. Okay, Otsons, next time I will do blind. But oh my gosh, anybody who is in or near Oklahoma City, please, you will do yourself a massive favor and you will be very happy if you go to the, what is it? Is it a Comic-Con? What's the name of the con? Go to Oklahoma City, go to where Lord Meteora is, and please give him a big old hello for me, because he is just an awesome, he does crafting that's amazing, and you know, you will really, really be happy that you did. So, yes, we've got bulletproof coffee, we've got first dose of nasty beans. Well, it was mixed, because it was like, it was toasted marshmallow and stink bug, which was like, stink bug won. I'm sorry, toasted marshmallow did not have what it took to override that. Anyway, so how is everybody doing? We call this Make It Happen Monday because we decide, Jason Z! I'm not gonna do it today. Oh, Jason Z! Everybody! Welcome! My friend, my dear compatriot, my partner in crime, Jason Z, who I had the best time playing Stardew Valley with this past weekend. He has got his, Slans, we will wait for you. He has got the most amazing mods for Stardew Valley, and you know, for those who haven't played, it's a farming game where, you know, you interact with people, but oh my gosh, it was so fun, and you know, it really is very cool. If you've never tried Stardew Valley, or if you've never tried the modded Stardew Valley, you know, it is amazing. We had the best time, and I'm not gonna do it today. Well, we have, and you know, Otsins, we will do it one at a time. Now, we have either spicy pear or booger, especially when I ran at 10 times speed. I swear, it's like, you know, you've got your little jogging speed. Not only at 10 times speed was he far faster than I was, there's a horse in the game, he was faster than the horse. And it was like, wait a minute, I have a hard enough time keeping track of where Jay is. It's like, wait a minute, where are you? I'm in the mines. What do you mean you're in the mines? I just turned around to pick up a parsnip and you're gone. But it was fun, and it really was. There's some of those mods. Now, my favorite one is the idea of that you can fish. Now, in Stardew Valley, you know, for those of you who don't know about it, you know, you do these different things, and, you know, you plant stuff, you can, you know, raise animals, and you can fish, and that's how you make money. And so, you know, it's like the hardest part about fishing is that you have to sit there and click the button trying to stay, you know, it's like you actually have to work to catch the fish. And the mod that I like best is where once you hook it, you've got the fish. Oh, you saw how fast I was catching stuff. Oh my gosh. It's like, you know, well, I'm sitting here and your little character is going, ee, and you're sitting there clicking the button. And Jay's like, bam, hit it, bam, hit it, bam. It's up, bam, got this, bam. And it's like, I want that. I want that so badly. Because there's quests and stuff that involve fish, and I never am able to get those quests in the amount of time that you have, because it's like, I can't. That is my Achilles heel in that game, is trying to be able to fish. Even with the fanciest fishing rods, I'm still bad at it. So yes, I want that. I have that auto fish mod. Cast, catch, cast, catch. I mean, it just makes it so easy. There's a game called Don't Starve that, you know, has like one of the things you can do is make a fishing pole and fish. But it's sort of like that. It's where, you know, it's like as soon as you feel the tug, you click and you pull it in. But, you know, if you haven't played any of these games, they are really awesome games. And, you know, it takes a little bit to kind of get up to speed on them, but they really are a lot of fun. Penguin Seal! Hey, Doc, LMAO, I'm back on another account. This is Sour Succulent, or whatever name you know me by now. I just wanted a name related to penguins. Oh, my gosh. Well, welcome, Penguin Seal, two of my favorite creatures. You know, I love the movie Happy Feet. And, oh, we'll call you Happy Feet. Yes! Happy Feet! Hello, hello, hello. I'm so glad you're here. Got to get those mods to you. Got to figure out how to package them and send them to you. Yep, Penguin Seal, the Happy Feet of the Twitchverse. And yes, we can, you know, I am like off the rest of today. So if you got, you know, whenever you want to get together and figure that out, or later on this week, we can make time. But, you know, those mods, okay, the running mod and... well, that and being able to get stuff really quick. It's like, okay, you just want Mayor Lewis's underpants? You've got Mayor Lewis's underpants. And if you don't know what that means, check out Stardew Valley. Because at some point, you've got to find the mayor's underpants. So, it's like, why? Alrighty, so we have got 3 beans. Okay, so it's either toasted marshmallow or stink bug. It is booger or juicy pear, and it is toothpaste or berry blue. Now, this little one right here, this is the ace in the hole, because even if it's toothpaste, it takes the taste of the other nasty stuff out. Hello, Luna. Oh, goodness. Okay. Before we do that, Luna's getting heavy. Okay, this is Luna. This is Luna. Say hi, Luna. Hello. This is Luna, my bestest buddy, my baby girl. This is my kitty. She's about 8 years old. Yeah, chunky fuzzy boy. Oh, she is an absolute sweetie, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh, and you know, cats teach us some amazing lessons. Cats teach us, yes, you do have the right to have what you want when you want it in that moment and enjoy it. You know, when she wants me to hold her, she wants me to hold her. And when she decides she doesn't want me to hold her, it's like, okay, I'm done. But she is absolutely a doll. Yes, you are. Oh. And it's like right when I'm in the middle of doing something, when I'm streaming, she suddenly decides, I need attention right now. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay. Oh my God, my nose. And whoop. I was like, what is she doing? She's wiping her hands. Always keep a wipe near you. I'm going to order a shirt soon that says, support your local cat cult. Exactly. I've got a friend with a sign in her kitchen that says, everything tastes better with cat hair in it. Okay, so, for Otsens likes it when I close my eyes, hold up the bean, and then I taste it. So I don't know. Whoop. Drop it. I don't know what it is that I'm going to be eating. You do, or at least you know what are the chances. So, closing eyes. Alrighty. So this is what I'm going to be eating. It could either be good or bad. So let's find out. Ah! That's booger. That's booger. Ah. Okay, okay, okay. Another one. Whatever this one is. Berry blue! Okay. That takes out the booger taste. Unfortunately, that means I'm left with stink bug. Or marshmallow. Toasted marshmallow, toasted marshmallow. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stink bug. But I've still got the other one in my mouth. I've still got the other one in my mouth. It doesn't help totally, but that's okay. Also have to update you on the happenings of yesterday. Inquiring minds want to know, my friend. And then it sticks in your teeth. So you're kind of stuck with the taste for a few minutes, and the whole rest of the day, if I burp, I taste every bad bean that I ate. I don't taste the good beans. I just taste the bad beans. It has little crosses on it and has white cat paws on it. Neat. So, for Make It Happen Monday, this is actually going to be a very special Make It Happen because we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I've had people who have talked to me about like guided meditations. One of the things I do is I do guided meditations. And I had somebody ask me about whether or not I could do it on the stream. And I thought, well, okay, the first, kind of thing that stuck in my head was, okay, I can't play music, the music that I would normally play, because of the fact of, we all know the copyright gods do not like it when people play music. So my solution to that would be to suggest that you guys find your own music and you play it where you're at. So, and also the good point about that way is that you get to listen to the music that resonates with you. So, the idea is that you will be able to listen to your own music and just listen to me talk. And I think that's probably the best way to do this. And, and the reason that the whole thing came up was that, folks are saying that, they wanted to see if they could find ways that they can sort of de-stress, ways that they can kind of, take a step back, take a breath. But a lot of people, and it really surprises me at how many people think that they can't meditate. Okay, there are as many ways to meditate as there are people who meditate. And there are laughing meditations, there are dancing meditations, there are walking meditations, there are sitting down and petting a small animal meditations, there is staring up at the clouds meditations. Most people think that you have to just think of nothing, which is actually the hardest meditation to be able to do. And most meditations aren't like that. Pacing is my meditation. That is, hey, happy feet spitting straight truth. We've got, pacing, any type of movement. Some people, for those who know about like the whirling dervishes, that is a meditation and it's absolutely beautiful. And, and basically it's people who are spinning, but they're spinning in a meditative state. They don't fall down, they don't bump into each other. And, they train to be able to do that and being able to, and, yes, I still have cat hair somewhere near my nose. But the idea of any meditation, bottom line, it's just whatever you do that allows you to step out of, the worries and the headspace you're in and moves you into an eye of the storm. And what I mean by the eye of the storm, anybody who's ever been in a hurricane, knows that there is that point in the hurricane. It's like there's really stormy, and then you reach this place where there's stillness, and it's quiet and the sun is shining and everything's, it's like, oh wow, it's okay. And then after a while, the wind picks up, and, you know, because the hurricane has that sort of an opening at the bottom, in that space, it's quiet. In that space, it's peaceful. That space does not last, and it allows you to catch your breath. Nurse Taz! Yay! Nurse Taz in the house. Oh my gosh. Oh, people. Nurse Taz is so amazing and such a sweetheart, and is an actual nurse. So much love, you know, for those who have been literally on the front lines of this crisis for, you know, now over a year and a half. And absolute much love, gratitude, and respect to, you know, what Nurse Taz is doing, and, you know, give her a click. She is the partner in crime to the amazing Gaming with Kentucky and JD. And, you know, they're just, I mean, they are two just totally awesome folks. There's Taz. How are you today, my dear? I hope that you're walking gently in the world and the world is walking gently with you. Playing the bagpipe chanter helps me out sometimes. Oh my God, I love bagpipes. I truly... Organizing helps me. See, that's the thing, is that people get wrapped up in, you know, what they think meditation is. But honestly, all it is something that helps you find that eye of the storm. And maybe there's some people who meditate while gaming. And I mean, even intense gaming, like first-person shooter, you know, Call of Duty stuff. But they reach this sort of a zone in their heads, and, you know, it helps them find balance. I love to organize. Yeah. I mean, sometimes when I'm just feeling out of sorts, it's like, you know what? I think I'm going to rearrange this room. And you can do that. Listening to screaming music, it also helps me a lot. Yeah. You know, it is, you know, whatever it is that works for somebody. I know someone who could not meditate, like, you know, most people, it's like you think of a forest, you think of this, you think of that, you know, gentle whale song, all that stuff. I have a friend who the only way they can meditate is if they go and find the busiest, they live in a big city, and they go and find the busiest street they can find, full of traffic noises and people noises and just constant stuff, and they sit down there and they meditate there. Because they need, it's sort of like it becomes white noise. And by taking in absolutely everything and then finding that space in it. So, you know, it's like when you come down, I'll play a tune or attempt. Absolutely. You know what? When maybe I'll bring my harp and we can jam together. I don't play it well. I'm working on learning how to play it over again. When I was in a mental hospital, they were always like, think of a calming beach and think of something relaxing. Just made me angry for some reason. Exactly, because that's not something that resonates with everybody. And I'm so glad you brought that up, Penguin, because we have to know what works for us. You know, a big part, you know, because meditation is really claiming your autonomy. It's claiming yourself. And if somebody is telling you, no, you have to do this way, fudge in the oven, gotta go. That is time to leave, because no one can tell you how to find that space. People can give you ideas, but, think of a calming this, calming that. Some people are not like that. Some people, it's like, you know, you run, you know, heavy metal music at, you know, top volume, which, you know, please don't do that, because, you know, you need to protect your ears. But listening to loud, heavy metal music allows some people to be able to go into that place. You know, I know somebody who their favorite meditation album is Lenny Kravitz. Sorry, I'm missing out. You're breaking up. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, and Nurse says, I want everybody to send out good thoughts for Nurse Taz and JD's internet, because they've been having such a problem with their internet. So, you know, sending out good thoughts for calming, soothing internet. So, you know, being able to find what works for you. Does soft, peaceful stuff work for you? Which is why I usually take my guided meditations. I guide the person to where they want to be. I don't tell them, oh, picture yourself in a forest. It's like, picture yourself in a forest, or whatever place that you find peace. You know, it might be a forest. It might be a busy street corner. It might be, you know, sitting in your room. It might be driving your car. It might be, you know, whatever it is. For me, I really enjoy driving, and it allows me to relax. That takes me into my eye of the storm. So the thing is that whatever it is for you that sets the scene. Now, and meditation can be for different purposes. I know some people who just want to be able to take a break and take a breath. So there are breath-based meditations. In some cases, people want to, you know, people who follow certain traditions want to find things like a spirit guide or a spirit animal. Yeah, you can do meditations for that. I've led meditations for that. Some people just want to connect with the world. Some people want to disconnect from the world. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sharing different types of meditations, and then allowing people a chance afterwards to talk about it. Because see, that's the other thing about it is sometimes, you know, things come in with a meditation. Sometimes things, you know, you get ideas, or a vision will come in, and maybe you're not sure what it might mean. And, you know, people want to talk about it. They want to say, you know what, you know, this thought came to my mind, or this memory came to my mind. You know, what could, you know, could that have a meaning? And so being able to talk about it, being able to say, well, you know, I mean, I'm not going to tell you exactly what it means, but, you know, because I can't, you know, that's between you and what you saw. I can maybe give some ideas as to what it could mean. I fall asleep every time I meditate. That is awesome. Or listen to certain meditations. That is awesome, because sometimes all people want to do is be able to rest or be able to fall asleep. You know, meditating before bedtime can be a great way for people who have a hard time falling asleep. And the thing is that if you like listen to the same piece of music or the same meditation, guided meditation or something, often your body will become trained that when you hear that, you fall asleep. And I'll give you an example. I would watch this British sitcom called Keeping Up Appearances. If you've ever heard of it, it's funny, and, you know, it's this really, you know, persnickety kind of British lady, and she's surrounded by people who are just kind of real folks, and she always wants to be, you know, the family name is Bucket, but she always says it's Bouquet. Well, anyway, you know, I was going through a really stressful time, and that was one of my favorite shows, so I would watch it before I went to bed. And so I would fall asleep to it. Well, after a while, I found that every time I started hearing, you know, the episode, I would start to feel sleepy and I'd fall asleep, which was great because, you know, I knew, okay, if I ever need help falling asleep, I'll turn that on. But the problem was that meant that I couldn't watch it during the day because I'd get all drowsy. But yeah, listening to certain things become a pattern so that your body goes, oh, when we hear this, this is how we go to sleep. Yeah, I listen to the same meditation every night. It's 3 hours long, but I'm asleep within the first 15 minutes of it. Absolutely. And, you know, and there are also meditations that if we have a question, if there's something we're wondering about, if we're needing help solving a problem, you know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I believe that every single person has an answer to the problems that they're having inside of them. They just need the right questions to find the answer. And sometimes, you know, meditations can help us to be able to find that answer and to connect the right questions with it. So it is, you know, meditation is an amazing thing, and I've done it for many, many years, and it could be as short as 5 minutes. It could be as, you know, long as my longest meditation was 4 days. So, you know, each one is unique. Each one gives us something different. So yes, we're going to be doing that this morning. And then we're going to, be talking about it. It's just going to be a little short meditation thing. But I just kind of wanted to explain the reason why I wanted to start doing this, because I think that it can be very helpful. I mean, even just, developing certain breathing patterns. When we start to train ourselves that when we do that breathing pattern, we automatically calm down. It's sort of like a stimulus response thing. The stimulus becomes the breathing pattern. The response is we will, calm down, slow down, and then you get used to like, oh, okay, this is what I do when this breathing pattern happens. I mean, it's really fascinating. And it is, it's cool, and it kind of helps sometimes if we're just feeling overwhelmed in a moment. And, the first thing we're going to start with is breathing. And then we're going to do like a little bit of a guided meditation through that. And so if you want to go ahead and find music that you can play in the background for yourself. And, and that way it makes the meditation yours. Some people love country western. Some people love, like world beat type of thing. Some people love percussion. Some people love just animal sounds. It's like one of my favorite meditations is it's like a thunderstorm, because I've always been fascinated with thunderstorms. And yes, we had a thunderstorm that started a whole bunch of fires. That was the reason I had to evacuate. Like in next month will be the 1 year anniversary from when I had to evacuate because of a fire that was started by a lightning storm that had like, over 80 lightning strikes in a particular area. And all through California, there were like tons of lightning strikes, and fires were starting everywhere, which made it very hard for the fire department, and much love to them, because all of a sudden there were storms, or there was fire everywhere. So it wasn't like the fire department had one place to go. What? What is it? Hello? Luna. Okay, so what happens when your cat goes under your desk and hits the little board that has all of everything plugged into it? Everything gets unplugged. We back. Hey, Sasuni. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's like she went right up under my desk, and it was like, Luna, what are you doing over there? And suddenly everything goes dark, and she's like, well, you didn't pay attention to me, so tough. Okay, give me just a second to get my Streamlabs, the chat bot up again. Oh my gosh, it was like just under the desk, and it was like she immediately, it's like she knew what she was doing. She pressed on the thing to turn off everything, because apparently I was not paying sufficient attention to her. So that's what you get for ignoring Kitty. That's right. I mean, I fed her. She was fed everything. And it's like she just decided she was going to go up under there, and it's like, nope. The fact that the cat knows how to turn off everything is frightening to me. That is really scary to me. Okay, so we got that up. We got that up. All right, we are back. I cannot believe you did that, Luna. I cannot believe. Here, we're talking about being chill, and you are not chill. That was not chill. That's what I get for ignoring the kitty. Oh, I'm telling you, it was just, no. Those of you who have cats, I know you feel my pain. Because I know your cat does stuff. It's like, wait a minute, this animal has a size smaller than a walnut. Why has it figured out how to completely disengage all of my stuff? But yes, that's what I get for ignoring Kitty. Oh my gosh, that is just so crazy. I just eat my first microwave cheeseburger. It was bad, really bad. Oh, a microwave cheeseburger. Well, you know, it's sustenance. I mean, you know, pretty much my theory is no matter what it is improved by either adding peppers or bacon. If I add peppers or bacon, I can make do with almost anything. And speaking of peppers, don't forget to hang out next month for my birthday month, which for my birthday I will be eating the Little Nitro World's Hottest Gummy Bear. We're going to have an extended stream. We're going to marathon stream, and I am going to be eating the world's hottest gummy bear. How hot do you say? Okay. Scoville is the unit of measurement for heat in spicy food. So a jalapeno is generally around 3,000 Scoville. So if you've ever had a jalapeno, and they also vary. Some are hotter than others. But basically, the baseline for a good spicy jalapeno is 3,000 Scoville. So, keep that thought in your mind. Little Nitro is 9 million Scoville. So, this is either going to be not so bad, or I will prove without a shadow of a doubt that I am not the smartest of my parents' children. Ketchup, aka bachelor sauce. Yeah, I got my lavender candle going, smooth jazz. I'm ready to. Sheila's got her stuff, and if Luna can stay out, I think she went outside, sulking probably. So if you can put on some music, put on something in the background, put on something, and I am going to light my candle too. Because for me now, people have asked me, it's like, how do you meditate? And it's like, well, it depends on kind of what I'm looking for. It depends on what it is that, that I'm asking of it. What is it that I need? How can I because meditation is making it all about you. And that's the important thing, is that you need to make it all about you. And we're going to tilt that down just a little bit more. Up a little bit. Okay. So involving a candle can be very helpful, because you can, and some people meditate with their eyes closed. Some people meditate with their eyes open. Some people, damn, that sounds nice. Yes. And, and setting the environment, just like Sheila said, she's, put on a lavender candle, has smooth jazz going. What space do you want to set? Because the space is so important. Now, does that mean that you cannot meditate on a subway train, or that you can't meditate unless it's perfectly quiet or whatever? Not at all. It just depends on what type of meditation you want to do. So for this first one, we're just going to breathe at first. We're going to start off breathing. And then, I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit about things that, you can bring into focus to take out of focus, or that kind of stuff. So, just for everybody, just take a nice, deep breath in and let it out. And as you let it out, just allow anything that's weighing on your body, your mind, or your spirit to just kind of step aside, as if it's sort of fading next to you. And if you like, you can picture a basket. And you can picture all of that stuff going and sitting in the basket, because that's your care basket. And in this space and at this moment, you don't need to hold on to them. You can just let them sit there next to you. And just, every time you take a breath, breathe in and let it out. Now, there's different breathing patterns. Some people breathe, low and shallow. Just breathe in whatever way feels comfortable for you. And just start off your meditations, just a deep breath. Some people breathe in and out through their nose. Some people, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It is not this is not about what you have to do. It's what you get to do. And Luna is going to meditate with us. All right. And if you have a pet, you can pet the pet. You can involve them. So now what I want you to do is take a nice deep breath in. I want you to breathe in for a count of 4. I want you to hold it for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 8. And we're going to do this 3 times. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in for a count of 4. Hold it for a count of 4. Now exhale for a count of 8. And then just take a normal breath. Now, we're going to do it 2 more times. Breathe in for a count of 4. Hold it for 4. Now exhale for a count of 8. Now take a normal breath. Last time. Deep breath in for a count of 4. Hold it for 4. Now exhale for 8. And then take a normal breath. Now just focus on your breathing. Just focus on feeling the air fill your lungs and feeling it leave. And as you fill your lungs with air, just picture it. Picture feeling it. Imagine how your lungs look when they're expanding. And then as you exhale, just release anything that is weighing on you, any of those little things. Now just do a check-in with your body. Maybe you're sitting, you could be lying down, you could be sitting, you could be cross-legged, you could have both feet on the floor, and that's okay. Whatever feels comfortable for you, whatever works for you. But just be aware of yourself. Feel your weight on the chair and feel yourself settling into it even more. Focus on any part of your body where you're having any discomfort. And as you take a breath and let it go, picture that discomfort sliding back and dissipating just a little bit so that it is not so intense. Just feel it soften. Picture it softening. And as you take each breath and let it out, just feel yourself just in this space by yourself. You hear my voice, but it's simply that. It's just a voice. Allow yourself to be autonomous. The rest of the world slides back, and you notice that there's a space, and around you the world continues. But in that moment, you have a space around you, and it's quiet, and it's still. And just breathe in that space. You know the world continues, you know everything is going on around you, and you're still. Now picture that space expanding, and notice that after a while, you can't really see it anymore. It starts to become hazy, and there's nothing left but the space. Now you decide what you would like to fill that space with. Where would you like to go? Where would you like to be? Would you like that space to be a spot in a forest? Would you like that space to be out in space, floating, safe, looking at the stars around you? Would you like that space to be next to a campfire as you sit and stare as the flames dance? Would you like that space to be at the bottom of the ocean, where you can breathe in and out, and also you can see the sea creatures around you? Would you like that space to simply remain empty, to fill with whatever possibilities come in? And if a thought floats through that space, let it go. Let it float through, notice it, observe it. Maybe it's a message, maybe it's something that is weighing on your mind. So give it your attention for a moment, and then allow it to just sort of move past, almost as if you're sitting next to a river. Whatever it is that comes into your mind flows through and flows out. Now, as you fill that space with whatever it is you would like to fill it with, whatever sounds, whatever smells, whatever sights that you would like to see, allow yourself to know that you have choice, that this is your space, and that you can decide and make of it whatever it is that you want to make of it. That all things are going on, but in this moment, there is peace. In this moment, it's all right. Whoever you want to see with you is sitting there next to you, and they're smiling and they're sharing this space. It could be somebody living, it could be a friend, it could be someone who is in spirit. It could be someone who passed who you miss. It could be someone that you've always wanted to meet. Whoever it is, whoever you would like to be there, they're there right next to you. And they're enjoying that space with you. Maybe it's an animal that you can come and, that can come and you can pet, and it will sit with you. Maybe it is just a memory. Maybe you just want to enjoy a memory that was so wonderful for you. You can be in that. You can bring that entire memory into your space. And any time you want, it's there, because this is yours. In this space, you are enough. You're more than enough. In this space, you are everything and nothing at the same time, and content with both. You are the smallest subatomic particle, and you are in the entire universe, and you're at peace. And whoever that is who's with you, if a problem is weighing on you, hear them giving you advice. Hear them speaking to you. What do you think they would say? How would they help you? Maybe they would give you an idea for a solution. Maybe they just tell you that they're proud of you and that you should trust yourself. Maybe they tell you that they understand you're going through a very hard time and they're so sorry. And they remind you that you're strong and that you need to be patient just a bit longer. Maybe they remind you that the universe answers prayers in 3 ways. First, no, because what you're asking for is not what's best for you, and I want only what's best for you. The second way is not yet, because even though I know that you're going through a hard time and you wish it were different, there is so much for you to learn, and I want you to receive the gift. And once you have, you'll get exactly what it is you're looking for. And the third way the universe answers prayers is, I thought you'd never ask. This is your space to ask. This is your space to dream. Infinite possibilities. They all exist here. And you can enjoy any one that you want. And as you breathe in that autonomy, that sense of your own power, and you turn inward, you see that light within you. That light that has remained shining no matter what you've been through, no matter what has been done to you, no matter what you've had to deal with. That light is strong. And as you notice it grows brighter. And whatever environment you've chosen, whatever you have chosen to fill your space, becomes brighter. Now take a nice deep breath in and let it out. And as you look around you, beyond the edge of your space, the world exists, with all of its stress and all of its challenges and all of its gifts. And you realize that you have choice, that you can choose at any time to step out of that, to step out of the storm, to come here to your place and your space. And take another deep breath in. And as you let it out, you feel the world coming back near, yet not totally close. And you can observe, and as you observe, you notice that even with all the problems, there are solutions. And stepping away out of from the problems, you can now see the balance, that for every problem there is a solution. Another deep breath in, and let it out. And as you do, you feel yourself becoming more solid inside of your body. You feel your weight against your chair or wherever you're sitting. You feel the temperature of the room. You feel yourself. And as you take one more deep breath in and let it out, open your eyes and hold on to the peace. Alrighty. So, that was a guided meditation of one type. And if anybody has anything that they want to share about whatever they experienced, please feel free to do so. If you have questions about meditation, if you have questions about, what it is that you may have experienced, and, just understand that that space is your space. Now it belongs to you. You can do with it what you want. You can make it whatever you want it to be. You can bring whoever into it that you want to bring. So, if anybody wants to chat about it, feel free. And Otsons and the wings. So, and this little blurb about the Nameless Family, who is a wonderful community of folks who, support and who hang out with each other and who help people to move their streams forward. And it's such a great thing to have a community that, you can be a part of. And so if you'd like more information about them, more cat hairs in the nose. If you'd like some more information about them, please check out the link. So, it is about being able to carry that piece, and be able to access it, especially when you're not feeling really balanced, when you're not feeling really clear. And, it could be as long as, like I said, my longest meditation was 4 days. And or it could just be a few minutes. It could just be doing that breathing pattern that I told you about. The inhale for 4, hold for 4, and exhale for 8. You can do that 3 times. That counts as a meditation. So being able to say, it's like, oh, okay, what is it that you want from the meditation? Because that really decides what type of meditation you want. Maybe you want a meditation that actually brings your energy up, which, you can dance, you can listen to, intense music, you can, you can laugh. Laughing meditations are awesome, where, it's just, and that's honestly all you do, you laugh. And sometimes if you just sit and you start laughing, especially with somebody else, and it can feel forced at first, and then you look at each other and you realize how silly you look trying to laugh, and then that actually makes you laugh. So the idea that we can be able to find whatever it is that takes us into or out of that space that, that we feel either we want to be or we don't want to be. Sometimes if people are at work and it's not one of the better days at work, just stopping and, maybe you go outside and just look at the clouds for about 5 minutes, or maybe you just sit, turn off, just step back, close your door, or, just sit at your cubicle and do that breathing pattern 3 times. And what that does is it starts to train the body to respond to the breathing pattern like, oh, okay, now we're supposed to be relaxing. And, and it is about relaxing. It is about being able to feel like you, being able to accept you, to know that you're enough, to know that you have tools and talents that are amazing, and to be able to feel really good about yourself. And it is, you know, it is about you. Yes, sometimes it is all about you. Sometimes it's about what you need. Sometimes it's about what you want. Sometimes it's about being able to find ways for you to take care of you. You know, I was speaking with somebody yesterday, and they did something that kind of irritated me. So I went to them and I talked to them. Now, in my mind, it's better to, you know, if there's something that you would say about someone, it should be something you're saying to them. If somebody does something that irritates you, I mean, heck, if I do something that irritates you, please let me know. Because when we can talk to each other about what irritates us, you know, I mean, it could be a big thing, it could be a little thing. It could be, oh my gosh, you turned the toilet paper roll the wrong way, which, I mean, everybody has their own opinions about which way the toilet paper roll should go. Or you squeeze your toothpaste tube from the center instead of from the end. It could be little things. Or it could be big things like, wow, what you said really was hurtful to me. Or, you know, what you did was not okay. And so whether it's a big thing or a little thing, bearded or mullet, exactly. You know, is it bearded, mullet, both? But, you know, that idea that, you know, part of the reason sometimes we get into stress is because we're not speaking our truth. We're not saying what we need to say. We're letting this story about being angry at someone float around up here until it just builds up so much momentum that, you know, it just really is hard. So the idea that we can have a conversation with somebody, and like I said, it was somebody who I spoke to yesterday, and hold on, let me again, restoring the things that Luna had turned off. But being able to talk to someone, because communication, that leads to clarity. When we have an issue with someone, we can just treat it as, okay, this is a thing and we need to clear it up. When I went to go talk to this lady about this thing that I was not okay with, and I sat down with her, I said, okay, I mean, the phrase I used to use when I was married was, we need to talk. I told, you know, when we were just dating, you know, we had a big conversation. I said, okay, the way I communicate is this. And if there's something going on, I will say we need to talk. If you can talk at that moment, then we talk. If you cannot talk at that moment, if you're going to be distracted, if you're doing something else, then it's like, okay, we'll talk. Let's plan a time. And then we plan a time to talk. But the whole idea of, you know, it's like, you know what, we need to talk. That is my way of saying something is not okay. And there's something I need to express. And with this lady who, you know, there was an issue, and it's like, all right, I need to talk to you about this. And then she went into this big thing about, you know, beating herself up. And it's like, okay, stop it. When something happens, it's not about, you know, okay, I want you to beat yourself up over this. I mean, at least for me, I would rather find clarity. I would rather let somebody know. Now, if I tell them, it's like, okay, this is not okay, and then the behavior continues, it's like, all right, I've told you it's not okay, so now we are going to be distanced because I am not going to deal with that. You know, and when you decide you're ready to change, fine. But, you know, the first step is the communication. Because often people don't know that what they're doing is having the impact it is unless we tell them. So the idea of, you know, having a discussion, if something's, you know, if all is not well in the kingdom, especially if you're in a relationship. So over the years, I developed this idea of, like, you know, the DEF CON system. You know, for those of you like defense condition, it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it has to do with, you know, like threat alert and crisis alert. So DEFCON 5 is the lowest level. So for me, you know, in talking, DEFCON 5 is I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be asked about it. And I need to be left alone. So DEFCON 5 is leave me alone. I don't want to talk about it. Level 4 is, you know, you're moving up, and where for the DEFCON system, moving up increases the threat. I like the idea that it reduces the threat. So it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 4 is, you know, I want to talk, but I don't want to talk about this. So, you know, we can talk, but I don't want to discuss what's bothering me right now. And, you know, and having that respect is important. So level 3, why do I keep going 4? Okay, level 3 is I want to talk about it, but I don't want, you know, I just want to vent. And it's like, okay, you just vent. And that there's no, you just, the person listening is literally doing that, just listening. Okay? Level 2 is I want to talk about it, and you can ask me questions. And, you know, and so it's like, it becomes like an active listener type of thing, where it's like, you know, you go to the point where the person, it's like, you know, well, how did you feel about this, or whatever. Level 1 is I want to talk about it and I need your advice. So for me, going through it makes it easier, because especially if you've got like two people in a relationship and they both have that system, let's say they use that. I mean, everybody has their own system. They use that. Then what you can do is, if an issue comes up, you can just say a number. You can just say 5. And then if the person says 5, the other person knows, okay, they're not ready to talk about it. They need to be left alone. They need to have some space. And then maybe later on they come out and they say 4. And that just means that they want companionship, but they don't want to talk about it. 3, they want to vent and for you to listen. But, you know, it's just kind of holding space for that person. 3 is, you know, being able to, you know, talk about it, and what was it? 3 is kind of, you know, inviting in that, you know, oh, wait a minute. Hi, Silver Architect! Yay! Hey, mods and chats, are you doing well? Little sis, the chat is okay. We are awesome and so much better now that you're here. We're talking about meditation. We're talking about stuff that allows us to be able to find balance in an unbalanced world, and it is so awesome to have you here. Yay! And folks, click on to Silver Architect, who is an absolutely amazing streamer, who is just so friendly and just an awesome support to everybody else. I mean, it's when you've got people who not only are amazing streamers, but, you know, they're amazing friends, and they talk to other people and they listen, and that is just so awesome. So, you know, it is, you know, and hey, every good thought out for Silver Architect, who's, you know, going through stuff. Big hugs, absolutely big hugs from everybody. And we got you, Silver Architect, because you have always had so many others. You know, you've held other folks right here, so we've got you right here, okay? Was in the hospital over the weekend, got rushed in with suspected heart problem, but all tests all clear. I think I had a pinched nerve in the left shoulder. Ooh. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yep. I mean, you know, when folks have been going through, there's a lot of folks going through a lot of health stuff, and Silver Architect, I am so sorry. I mean, I'm glad that all the tests came out clear. That is a wonderful thing. And I hope that your body is able to rest, and you know, if I were there, I just would love to work on. I mean, immediately as soon as I read have a pinched nerve in the left shoulder, it's like, oh my gosh, all the things I could do to help that. And you know, I hope that, you know, you have somebody there who can really take good care of you, and that you know, you have practitioners who are able to help you with that, and, you know, and that be eased. I mean, you know, sometimes a good massage therapist, sometimes a good PT, sometimes, you know, a chiropractor. I mean, that's what I do. And otherwise, you know, but every possible blessing to you, my friend. You know, it's just because, you know, we enjoy you, and, you know, we are here to give good thoughts towards your healing, so that you can get back out there and start having fun, and sharing all of your amazing stuff, which, you know, just by coming into the stream, you share such amazing stuff, you know, by being here, and you know, and I always picture how tall you are. You know, at some point we're going to meet, and you are really going to see how truly short I am. You and your daughter. I mean, I look so forward to meeting folks, and it's like, and I know the first thing they're probably going to say is, oh my God, you are so short. And Otsins is going in to lurk, hanging out in the Loving Lurkers Lounge. And thank you for everybody hanging out in the Loving Lurkers Lounge. You know, it really is sweet of you to hang out here. And I know there's lots of other streams that are available. And the fact that you come and hang out in mine just really, you know, really touches my heart. Well, waiting for referral for my knee. Yep, and now my shoulder with physio, but asking local friends if they have a chiropractor they recommend. I would definitely suggest that, you know, I mean, there's some amazing chiropractors, and, you know, there's some whose techniques, make sure you know that the technique that they're doing, and that's why referrals are great, because you can get an idea as to how they adjust. If they just go in and kind of like, you know, crack and pop, you know, that may or may not resonate. And for you, I would definitely recommend one who has a background in massage therapy or some type of, you know, gentle technique. I was a massage therapist before I became a chiropractor, and that's why for all of my patients, I do body work on them. I massage them before I adjust, because what that does is it allows the tissue to relax. It allows the body to not see me as somebody trying to make it do something it doesn't want to do. Make sure you get a chiropractor who listens, who will really like look you in the eye and listen to what you're saying, and to really understand what it is you're talking about. So, you know, it's, I hope that you find one, you know, definitely fingers crossed for an amazing chiropractor to come into your life. And, you know, a girlfriend got an appointment with one next month, so I'm going to see how hers goes. That is awesome. That is so awesome. Yeah, for my practice, I switched it to a mobile practice, so I actually go to people's homes with a portable adjusting table, and I treat them there. See, because that's what I said, when TwitchCon happens, which I'm hoping next year we have TwitchCon. When that happens, I am coming to TwitchCon, and I'm bringing my table with me. So anybody who decides they want to come, I will definitely be there and available. So, but, you know, it's, yeah, hopefully you can find one that comes with a good recommendation, someone who listens, someone who looks at the whole body, especially who adjusts extremities. You know, if you can find somebody who adjusts shoulders and knees and ankles and feet and hands and wrists, you know, that is amazing. Because, you know, a lot of chiropractors really stick to, you know, just kind of the core, the spine. But there are so many other spots. I mean, no matter how nice a house you have, it will tilt if the foundation is off. And that's how I view adjusting. I always check the ankles and check the feet, because if the feet and ankles are off, everything, you know, accommodates to that in the body. And I've had patients who have had migraines resolved by me adjusting their ankles. So, you know, definitely hoping for you to find somebody who can do that for you. I think I got a cat hair in my eye. But either way, you know, best wishes for you on that. And I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're sharing your energy with us. So, But anyway, we're talking about, being able to resolve conflicts, being able to speak our truth. Because, one big thing that, can really affect a relationship and impact a relationship is that idea that it's not what we say as much as what we don't say. Because when we don't discuss things, and when we don't find that clarification, when we don't have a chance to speak our truth, all of it just stays up in here, circulating around, getting more and more intense, because we're the only ones contributing to that. And it is, I do have a hair in my eye. Okay, hold on just a second. I just have to put a drop in my eye because I think I've got a hair in it. Hold on. Better. That is, it is so weird, because when you get something in your eye and it's like, okay, I need to deal with this right now. Thank God for eye drops. So, which I had an issue and I dealt with it. And my feeling is, my humble little boomer heart feeling is that when we have a chance to, nonsense is unlurked, yay! When we have a chance to be able to talk about the things that are going on with us, it's sort of like having something in your eye, or something, it's like having a stone in your shoe while you're walking. The more you walk on it, the more irritating it gets. The more you walk on it, the worse it feels. And if you stop, take the stone out of the shoe, or, go and put some eye drops in your eye, and it's like, oh, okay, I've dealt with it, so now I can move forward. And that is a big part of being able to move forward, is to be able to speak our truth. To be able to say, it's like, what? This was not okay. And to give the other person a chance to be able to go, okay, well, let's talk about this. Because maybe that person, maybe the message transmitted wasn't the message received. And being able to make things happen often comes down to clarity, to have a clear idea on what we want and what it is that is the goal. If you've got something that's weighing on your heart, which if you do, I'm sorry. And if you've got something weighing on your heart, and a part of it is something you need to tell somebody that is not being said, it's like, what? It's going to have a hard time resolving. Being able to release, when they talk about letting things go, being able to release stuff means that you are able to feel safe enough in a relationship to say, what? We need to talk. Been wondering if most of back issues down to feet and ankle lately. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised at all if your ankles needed to be adjusted and your feet needed to be adjusted, especially the ankles. And, back problems, neck problems. Like I said, I had one patient who we resolved her migraines by adjusting her ankles. And, I would adjust her ankles, then I would adjust her neck, and then she'd get up and walk around. And what she then noticed, which she said she had never noticed before, was that right before she would get a migraine, she said that one of her ankles would feel weird. She said it would almost feel like it was a little bit stuck or something, or when she would step, it would feel a little off. And she said she had never noticed that happened right before every migraine. So I taught her how to do a particular type of stretch and, and how to work with her ankle and some ankle exercises to do. Once she did those, her migraine stopped completely. Now, is that the case for every migraine? No. And in her case, that's directly what it was related to. Yep, I let all the stuff sitting on my heart out into the world, and I feel better, just like I said in the message to you on Discord. Yeah, You know, when we let stuff out, I mean, even if it's hard stuff, and you know, and that's why it's important that if we have an issue with somebody, take it to them. You know, there's an old saying that gossip is when somebody who is not a part of the solution is made part of the problem. And, you know, talking to other people, I mean, yes, you know, there's always that venting opportunity. But the thing is, you're not going to get a solution ultimately by speaking to someone other than the person that the issue is with. And, you know, while that can be uncomfortable, generally it is the best theory, because that way you can find clarity. If you did not see the message this morning, I got a kiss from her and it was like kissing an angel. Yes, my dear, I did. I even responded to it. With my anxiety panic attacks, I always have tension in my shoulders and back, but don't know how to get rid of it. That is interesting. Because it's like, you know, there's this physiology and there's also that energetic piece, because, you know, in the shoulders and in the back is about the level of the heart chakra, which is, you know, that heart place literally for us. It's that emotional place. It's that loving place. And it's also that place that most often gets hurt. And so, you know, there's a tendency for it to want to protect itself by closing up. So, you know, it could be on several different levels, and there could also be physiology, because if you have like a misalignment in your upper back, if you have like muscle tightness, what that does is that can trigger an adrenal reaction, which triggers hormones to be released, and you go into fight or flight. Well, actually fight, flight, or freeze. So, you know, there could be like a total body, mind, and spirit type of thing going on with you. And being able to figure out like either exercises or something that you could roll on, or you know, particular positions that can help release that tension. And hopefully, I remember you mentioned once before that there was a lady who would come like once a month and do massages with you. You know, maybe you can, you know, be able to tap into her and, you know, be able to connect up with her and get something going with that. Because, you know, if you, and that's really cool to be able to identify like, okay, what leads to this? What is happening before I reach this? Like I said, my patient had never thought about the fact that her ankle always felt weird right before a migraine. And so by learning ways that as soon as it started to feel weird, she had exercises that she could do, things that she could do. And worst case scenario, she'd come in and see me, but she actually was able to, you know, she ended up starting to do like yoga and stuff like that. And she also learned that if she goes out, when she first starts to feel it, if she goes out and takes a long walk, then it actually will hold off the migraine and the migraine won't happen. So, you know, yep, my body was out of whack for a long time. With starting my new job, especially, has become 100% better. Yes, mental health has improved and my health is coming back to normal. Awesome. You know, it really is. It's a, you know, we have to deal with things on all those levels, body, mind, and spirit. And a part of mind is that when we have a very hard story that's stuck in our heads and that we're not able to let go of, well, because it's sealed up in here, or it's sealed up in here. And if it's just in there bumping into walls inside our skull, it makes it really hard to be able to step back from it and take a look at it. You know, yeah, she's been really bad with heart issues and is now having seizures, so I haven't been asking her to come massage me. Oh, I'm so sorry that she's going through a problem. I mean, every blessing to her. You know, I hope that she feels better soon, and maybe there's someone else that, you know, you'll be able to find who can be able to kind of, you know, either do stretches. There are things that like you can get and lean back on that will help sort of, you know, release some stuff in the upper back. So hopefully you'll be able to find either someone or something that can help do a back release. I'm going to look up, see if I can find some exercises. One that I do know is that okay, find a corner. And it's really weird because when I tell people, it's like, okay, find a corner in your house, and every corner is filled with something. But find a corner and put your hands up on each side. So if you're facing the corner like this, you're going to have your hands on each side, about equal to your shoulders. Then I want you to take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, go down into the corner, feeling your shoulder blades come close to each other. So focus on the shoulder blades coming in, keeping your body straight, keeping your core, keeping your core nice and tight. But as you exhale, keep your core tight and go into the corner. And what you may hear is stuff releasing in that upper back area. And then come out again. So it's like doing a push-up into a corner, keeping your body straight, exhaling. And as you exhale and you go into the corner, bring your head all the way back. And then bring it back up again, neutral. So, that is one very, very, very quick and easy stretch that you can do that may be able to help you. And that when you first start feeling that tightness, go into a corner, deep breath in, keep your body straight, head back, down, and then up again. You don't want them wider than don't have your hands wider than your shoulder. The wider your hands are, the deeper you're going to go in, but it can start being uncomfortable. So just have them at shoulder width at the most. If you don't feel comfortable going that deep, then just bring them in a little bit, but one hand on each side of the corner. And that is a wonderful upper back stretch. And so anybody who, feels that tightness, do that and just like picture the shoulder blades moving together as you do that. And don't forget to bring the head back. So that was chiropractor moment. But when you do stuff like that, when you're able to have that, that kind of, things that, when one thing happens, you do another. And so your body becomes trained to be able to identify both what helps and what the problem is. When my depression ruled my life, I would never talk about things. And now that I have the correct thought process, I can talk about it, and it helps more with it out and not having the pressure on yourself. There's a lot of relief from having great friends to talk to, and that's the right circle of friends in my inner circle. Ding, 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 100%. And notice me less worrying about what's going on with my body because I have friends and here in Discord to talk about it. Yeah, I know she said I have 3 knots in one shoulder and 2 in the other. Yep, and that stretch can really help. It stretches the muscles that are underneath the shoulder blades. It also can, help realign the spine too. And but that's so cool, Silver Architect. And Silver, when you share stuff like that, it really means a lot, because folks who are going through it, they can read that and go, wow, they really know what I'm going through. This person knows what I'm going through. And, and that it isn't easy. It isn't. There's no magical waving wand that will help everybody in the exact same way. And for everybody to figure out what are the little things that help. What are the small things that I can do that, take me from my worst level down to my lowest? And often, like with people who have either anger issues or anxiety issues, and in many cases, especially with anger issues, they're taught to identify, like, what is my level 10 anger? And then figure out, okay, where am I now? Maybe you're at 8. It's like, okay, you don't focus on going from 8 to 1. You focus on going from 8 to 7 or 8 to 7.5 to 7. What is a little thing that brings it down just by 1? And then you bring it down by 1 more. You breathe into it. With anxiety, sometimes that will be the visualization. It's like, okay, this is my level 10 anxiety. Where am I at now? Okay, maybe you're at a 9. Maybe you're at an 8. And if you're less than your worst anxiety, it's like, okay, it's bad, but I'm not at the worst. I've known worse. So let's, go from 8 to maybe 7 3/4 to 7.5 to 7. But figuring out the little things, it's not something to get you from 10 to 1. It's what gets you from 10 down, that tiny little increment that makes you feel a little bit better. And really, it is about trial and error. It's about seeing what works in any given moment, because, something will work in one moment and maybe it won't work quite the same in another moment. And it's like, okay, well, then you just need more tools in your toolkit. It's like, okay, my breathing, it helped, but it didn't help much. So maybe going outside and breathing, or turning on music. Okay, if I turn on the music and I breathe, all right, that increases, that takes me down to 7, so I'm not at 8, I'm at 7. And maybe it's like, you know what, I'm going to call and talk to a friend. Well, maybe doing that takes it from 7 to 6. So it's about what brings it down just enough to where it's a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. And, because often when we're in those situations, and, I've known both anxiety and depression, and when I think about, I just want to feel better. I want to stop feeling this. I don't want to feel this. But the thing is, when I would try to jump from what I was feeling to what I imagined optimal feeling would be, I had no way to get there. There was nothing to connect the dots. And so I'd blame myself and tell myself things like, well, I need to just get over this. I need to just stop being depressed, which is like one of the most foolish things that anyone could ever say, either to themselves or to another person. It is, it's a process. And it's like, okay, I don't need to get from here to here. I can get from here to here. And then I'll get here. And then I'll get here. Eventually, I might get close to here. I'm not even going to worry about whether or not I reach 0. But if I can get to here and here, then I can live with that. If I can just draw it back a little bit, I can live with that. So, really taking the pressure off. And, and as I was talking earlier about this lady who I had something that irritated me that I needed to talk to her about. So I did. And then she went into this big thing of, oh, well, I'm dumb and I always do this and I always do that. And I'm like, hey, that has nothing to do with what it was that I was talking to you about. Absolutely nothing. This is about a mistake was made, you have acknowledged it, you have apologized for it, and I trust that it will not happen again. And I do not want you using me as a reason for you to beat up on yourself. You don't have my permission to do that. You can't use this and saying it's like, oh, well, and I upset her and I this. I said, no, you don't get to use me to beat yourself up. No. You want to use something else, fine. But I would strongly recommend that you not beat yourself up over something that is not that, it's not that deep. It was a misunderstanding. It was an issue. It's been corrected. We're done. We've learned from it. So that idea that some people just want to, jump on themselves. Now, some people do it because it's a manipulation technique. And, quite honestly, there are those who will use that, they'll just go into these huge dramatics about themselves because, they figure it's like, well, if I go into these huge dramatics, they'll stop fussing at me and they'll feel bad. And it is, for a lot of people, they have such a poor self-image that it's hard not to jump on the bandwagon when the inner critic takes over and they just start talking. Survival Steve! Oh, Survival Steve is in our beautiful Loving Lurkers Lounge. Welcome, 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 Steve. I'm so happy that you're there. I'm so happy to have you here. And you go and enjoy the Lurkers Lounge. Refreshments are in the corner, and feel free to put your feet up on the furniture. And, and like I said before, if anybody has got they're going to have a stream going, if they're going to be doing anything, please let me know. Say it out in the chat. I love it when people talk about what they're doing and what they're excited about. So we do that. Self-promotion is A-OK here. Absolutely A-OK. And if you've got something that you're trying to grow, if you've got a stream that you're proud of, which, if you stream, you should be proud of it anyway. Absolutely. And, it's a part of speaking your truth. It's a part of, because we can speak our truth. We don't have to just speak our truth about the hard stuff. We can speak our truth about the cool stuff too. We can talk about how proud we are of our stream. I think I am like 8 followers away. Where am I at? I'm at 294 followers, which means that I've only got 6 more followers till I get to my first 300 followers. And I'm so excited about that. That's so fun. And thank you all. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for hanging out with an old boomer lady who lives on a mountain. And, you know, I'm thankful to the frame rate gods who are allowing this to go. But being able to celebrate and feel okay celebrating. And, you know, and sometimes people are made to feel bad for celebrating, which I find absolutely crazy. Why should anybody feel bad for celebrating? And, oh, my glasses are all foggy. But, you know, why should anybody feel bad for celebrating? Is that an old boomer thing or what? Blowing on the glasses? Yes, everybody's grandmother does this. You breathe on the glasses and then wipe them off. Oh, that's so much better. Using them numbers, I was at 10, worst place with my depression, with help of professionals, caring girlfriend and friends. I'm currently at 4. Awesome. I mean, comfy with it. Yeah, bad days, instead of going back 8 to 10, now I go up to 5 to 6, which is better manageable than being in the worst place. It took me 2 years to get where I am. It's not an instant fix. Spittin' Silver Architrix 78, spittin' straight truth. Just taking each day as it happens and celebrate them good days. We do a spit shine next. Oh, yeah, see, you know, if they didn't clear up then we'd have to go to spit shine. So, I'm old. We did stuff like that. It was, you know, shining shoes. Does anybody shine shoes anymore? It used to be, I mean, you know, we all had to know how to shine our shoes because, you know, I do that technique to clean my glasses. It was taught by my grand. Yep, us older folks. I mean, it's like, I don't even know if they sell, because they used to even sell shoe shine kits. And you had the little thing of black stuff or the little thing of brown stuff. And we had to know when I was younger. I mean, granted, I grew up military, so we had to know how to shine our shoes, and there was that thing on the spit shine. I mean, you throw a little spit on there and you give it a good rub. I know, gross, but it's what we used to do. Congratulations on being close to your 300. I have not been here long, but you seem very deserving of much more. Oh my God, Sans, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You know, over here, yep. Those who still know how to put a good spit shine on a shoe. I mean, it's like every once in a while I still see like the little can with the kiwi on it, the kiwi polish. And we said, and then you had your buffer, you had your, you know, I recently did my safety boots. Yes, I think that's the first time I ever treated shoes. Yep. Oh my gosh. Yep. It is, you know, I mean, and I know that there are people who meditated doing that. You know, when I grew up, it was like, you know, whether you had a pair of Mary Janes, you know, we had the patent leather shoes or whatever. And, you know, we all had to know how to shine our shoes. And so, but it was actually a meditative process. When you get really into putting that beautiful shine on a pair of shoes, me too. My dad teach me the military way to polish on my shoes to the point of seeing a face in them. God rest his soul. Blessings. Yeah, well, I know he's up there comparing boots with my dad. My dad's been up there an awful long time, and I still feel his love. I don't think there's a day that goes by that I don't think of. I mean, you know, a thing about getting up in years is that there's a lot of people you lose, and almost all of the family I grew up with is gone, except for it's just me and my younger brother now. And so, you know, 8 years this December. Blessings for you. And it reaches that point where thinking about them, it's not a sad thing, it's a gentle thing. It's like a gentle memory. And, you know, when you lose someone, each one is different. And if you've lost someone, I'm really sorry. And go through your grief. Go through what you feel. And know that, you know, while they're not here and you wish that they were here, they're sort of here. And being able to connect with them gently, is so nice. I think about my dad, my mom, my sister, and my older brother, and all the memories that we had and the fun we had when we were younger, including learning to shine shoes. My dad passed away in, oh gosh, it was 2000 and no, it was before that. My dad died in 92. That was it. My dad passed away in 1992. And my sister was New Year's Eve of 95. My mom was 4 days after my birthday in 2000. And my older brother, he passed a year and a half ago. So yeah, it's you just remember those things. But yeah, and the funniest thing was, I remember when all four of us would be sitting together as kids, shining our shoes, and when my dad would, he would be overseas most of the time, but whenever he came back, we would shine his shoes. And frankly, I think I was the best at shining my dad's boots. But I mean, those things that we used to do. I mean, I don't even, leather shoes, are those still a thing? I lost my granddad last year. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I was not able to go say goodbye. Old fellow was like a dad to me. Wish I could have been there. Zens, I'm sorry. And and especially like because of COVID, there were so many people who lost people who weren't able to have that physical goodbye. And thank you so much for sharing that, because the thing is, when somebody else reads that, they know you know exactly how they feel. And knowing that someone knows how you feel often is a pretty big comfort. It's like, wow, someone gets it. And so thank you so much for sharing that. I've been told from girlfriend that she woke up one night and I was sitting on the end of the bed talking to someone. She said she asked me who was talking to, and I turned around and said it was my dad, but my eyes were closed shut. Absolutely. That happens. Gonna get going, Doc. Much love, and we'll message you later. Absolutely, odd sense. You and your wings have a wonderful, wonderful day. And thank you so much for being here. And thank you for everything you give and everything you do. And have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. But yeah, absolutely. And I am a firm believer in the fact that those who pass can come back and communicate with us. And the reason I know that, and I've shared this before, was that my sister passed away. And she was diagnosed with breast cancer when she was 28, and she died at 36. And it was like about, maybe a year, maybe a couple of years after that. And I was dreaming, and she was there. And she told me that my mother had breast cancer, and that she would tell me in 3 days. And she said that she came back to tell me because she said, you need to know it's going to get bad. But first she's going to be okay with you, and then she's going to be okay with me. And I remembered that, and in exactly 3 days, my mother told me she had breast cancer. So, it is, I cherish every single memory that I have. And, and looking back, there's always those things that we regret, that we wish we could have said, we were sorry for, or that, kind of wasn't quite sealed up. And yes, you can still do that. You can still have a conversation with that person. And, if you relax and be gentle, then, whether it's, you can imagine what they would say to you, but are you really imagining it? Or is that person there? And like what Silver Architect, shared, yes, there are things that, there are things that we can't explain. And there's amazing things that happen in this world. So would that happen? Yeah. I used to talk in my sleep a lot, and I used to walk in my sleep when I was young. I mean, granted, I suppose I still might. I just wouldn't know it since I'm alone. But, you know, a lot of people either talk in their sleep or walk in their sleep. And I do believe that they're talking to someone. They're interacting with someone. And being able to accept that, you know, the folks that I miss aren't totally gone. They're not totally lost, because as long as I remember them, as long as I hold them here, I can still, you know, I can still think of them and smile. The day I graduated chiropractic college, I would have loved to look out in that audience and see my parents and my older sister there, and to see them smile and to see the pride on their faces. But the thing is, I could still see it. I could close my eyes, and I sat there on that stage clutching the diploma I had worked so hard for. I mean, it was in like one of those folder cases. I actually peeked in to make sure there was an actual diploma inside there. And when I saw it and I saw my name on it and that I had become a doctor, and I closed my eyes and I could feel them smiling at me. I could feel them standing there going, "We're so proud of you." And you know, we can tap into that. And we were talking about doing meditations earlier, and you can meditate and reconnect in that way, you know, because all the meditation is being able to find a quiet space, being able to find a space that's yours, where you're not being weighed down by all the stuff, and being able to take a breath and take a moment and to know that you're enough and to feel okay. And sometimes that takes a lot of work, because sometimes we have a hard time feeling okay. And if you're having a hard time, I'm sorry. Please know that you are okay. Know that you matter. And that whatever it is you're going through, it's not stronger than you are. It's not more powerful than you are. It may feel overwhelming, but it is not stronger than you are. You may bend, but you won't break. Because just by being here, you have overcome 100% of everything you've ever faced. It may not have always been pretty, and it may not have always been a solution you liked, but you overcame. So if you could overcome everything up till now, you've got this. And when we talk about making things happen, make it happen Monday, pick one thing that you would like to make happen this week. It could be a big thing. It could be just a small thing. It could be finally going through all your bills and getting everything organized and getting your paperwork organized. It could be cleaning out a closet. It could be trying a new food that you've been wanting to try. It could be making a call to that friend who you've been thinking about lately, who, you know, you want to connect up with. Diona! Oh my gosh! Diona has come in with a raid. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And Bean Boozled Bean. See, we added that for every raid, I would eat a Bean Boozled Bean for each raider. So we have 4 Bean Boozled Beans. Yes! And Diona, folks. Oh my God. Diona87, amazing streamer. She is so sweet. She is just, you know, darling, and the only streamer I've ever seen who can pack a stream full and do it during her lunch hour. Oh, hate to raid and run, but got to go to work. Okay, gotta get working, so she's gonna be lurking, but thank you so much. Thank you for the raid. We have got 1 Bean Boozled Bean that is either booger or juicy pear. We have 2 that are either spoiled milk or what is it? Spoiled milk or coconut. And we have 1 that is either toothpaste or berry blue. So, Diona, you have an amazing rest of your day. This is for you. Thank you for the raid. That is so sweet of you. Alrighty, we're gonna do these all at once and see what happens. Oh, and for those of you who hate the chewing ASMR, just turn down your volume for a few minutes. I'll wave when I'm back. Oh my God, I got all good beans. 2 coconut, a juicy pear, and blueberry blue. Oh my God! See, Diona is magical. We got all good beans! Yes! I'm going out and buying a lottery ticket. Okay, turn it back up again. I am buying a lottery ticket. That almost never happens. They were all the good beans. Granted, for every good bean I get only means that there's nightmares left in this. But it was a good bean. There's going to be a lot of bad beans left at some point. I know. But for today, it's good beans. Yes. Seize the day. Seize the moment. I don't care what happens. Oh, also, for all of those who came into the raid, thank you so much. If you could go down to the corner where it has my little logo on the left-hand corner under the screen area and click live, what that will do is, and it'll say return to the stream, what that will do is that will allow my analytics to reflect the viewers and all of that stuff. So whenever you go onto stream in a raid, just by going in on the raid, it won't count towards their numbers, because I guess the Twitch gods have decided that that's the way to combat bots, is to actually have the person have to do anything. So if you go down, lower left-hand corner of the screen area, there's my logo. It says live underneath. Click that. It'll say return to stream. You do that for anybody's stream that you go in on a raid, and they'll get the numbers, and that'll be cool. But yes, oh my gosh, I am so buying lottery tickets today. That never happens, that all of them are the good bean. Yes! Hey, take the little victories. Enjoy the little victories. That is, you know, because, I mean, you never know when life's going to give you a bad bean. And, as it says on my mug, again, shameless merch plug, life, it's fun until it isn't, and it sucks until it doesn't. I Googled that. That is like my saying, so yes. If you do, you shall win the challenge of men. May we all bow down to the spirit of the end. Oh, such tiny infinites we catch, running and grasping our hands to hold on to eternity so dear, yet not to let a day go, to believe and to believe again. Must this be the song of a conqueror's end? Ooh. First off, Dragon Sage, welcome, welcome, welcome. That is the coolest. That is so cool. Dragon Sage, welcome. Sage, we're so happy you're here. I came up with butter makes the world churn. Zens. Funny, 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 funny. That a punster we have. But Sage, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you are a streamer, please feel free to post what you stream, when you stream. I want people to self-promote. I love it when people self-promote. I love it when folks share. And you came right out of the gate sharing something amazing. That is so cool. Oh my gosh. Is that yours? Did you write that, or is it from something? That is so cool. So curious is this world. Yes, I agree. And like I said, it's fun till it isn't, and it sucks till it doesn't. But the thing is that the world holds amazing potential and amazing possibilities. And sometimes we forget that for every possibility that we don't like, there's a possibility out there waiting that could be exactly what we're looking for. And oh, by the way, if something comes in that we don't like in that moment, the fact that it's waiting, there could be something really cool in it. There could be an amazing lesson. My friend, I quote only the melody of the stars. Nice. All right, everybody. Okay, I am immediately clicking on Dragon Sage. All right. Let's see. Am I following? Make sure. I was not following. I am immediately following. I am immediately. Seeker of Eternity. Nice. Nice. Okay. Everybody, click on Dragon Sage. please, 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 because this is a very, very sweet, special person who is coming in here. Did I go with her little blue thing? Everybody, welcome someone who I consider one of the reigning queens of Twitch, who is amazing. Her sapphire blue locks just light up an entire room, and her gaming is that of a warrior queen. Oh my gosh, Deadite girl. Everybody, click on to Deadite. She is tremendously entertaining, tremendously helpful. Lol, it's Diona's dragon. I may need to make it look better. It's adorable. Oh, such kind humans you are. Yes, so beautiful. Hey, you Silver. Oh my gosh, it is. Sage, I am so happy to have you here. This is, just so sweet, and definitely folks need to, whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you share, it is amazing. And thank you so much for bringing it here, and I will definitely be cutting and pasting that. Oh my gosh, it is, it is such a time. And when we can see both the light and the shadow of humanity, both the light and the shadow in ourselves, then we can appreciate both. We can appreciate the balance, because, there are those negative things that come into our lives, and there's a gift in it. There is something that's meant to strengthen us. It's meant to allow us to see more, to be more. And when we can be able to look at the challenges of our lives and even the mistakes we made, but each one led us to greater wisdom. You're amazing. Each and every one of you is amazing and needs to remember that. I'm proud of you, because sometimes we don't hear somebody say that to us. And I don't care if I've never met you in person. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you because of all the things that you deal with that nobody knows about. I'm proud of you because you still get up and make the best you can of every single day, good things and not so much. But you show up. You show up every single day. And for that, I'm proud of you. Your name be it silver, yes, such as the tears of the moon for which it may cry, like a goddess of dreams longing for the love of eternity. My mom had a poster that said, "Life is the childhood of my immortality." And I always thought that was tremendously cool. And, Sage, the stuff that you're sharing kind of makes me think about that. So thank you for a very pleasant memory. It is, it's amazing what is out there. It's amazing the magic that surrounds us. But sometimes we forget to see it because we get weighed down by the things that take away from our sense of peace, that take away from our connection to what it is that is the world around us. And sorry, running a raid in FF14, lurking like a creeper. Boo! Lurking and working and lurking. Oh, absolutely. It really is about what can we do to bring a magical moment. And for those who say it's like, well, I've always been weird. It's like, you know what? That word means magical. Weird. So if you are weird, you're in very good company. And when we can bring little bits of magic into other people's lives, like what, which Sage has been sharing, and Silver, and all the folks who are sharing stuff, and Zens, and, because when we share both the cool stuff and the hard stuff, especially when we share the hard stuff, like I said, we let other people know that they're not alone. And that's one of the most magical things we can do for anyone, is to let them know that they're not alone. To let them know there's someone who understands. To let them know that they're stronger than they think. They're wiser than they believe. They're more resilient than they ever thought possible. And sometimes people just need to be reminded of that, because it's easy to forget. And sometimes there are those who want us to forget. You are a divine being, having a human experience. And by holding that, by holding on to the magic inside of you, because no one can take that away. That was here before your body was fully formed, and it will exist long after your body is gone. That magical part, that energy part. And for those of you who are into science, energy is neither created nor destroyed. It simply changes form. And so whatever it is that you're dealing with, your energy is greater than that. And sometimes it just takes somebody to remind you, even if it's a silly little old lady who likes video games, who lives on a mountain in the woods. Yes, I actually do live in a cabin in the woods surrounded by trees next to a river on a mountain. But thank goodness I have internet. You know, although sometimes the frame rate gods work against me, but for the most part, it works well. So, you know, thank you all for being here. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you bear. Thank you for the way that you're there for others. And I think that we're going to end it there. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. I mean, we started off just having this be 1 hour, but, you know, it's like there's so many amazing people and so much fun, and we've had so much fun. So now I stream for 2 hours. And let's see who else is out there, who else is hanging around, and just kind of looking at who we can go and give a hi to. T. Shelley. I don't know who T. Shelley is. Yes. You know what? T. Shelley has, it looks like they've got just, okay. T. Shelley, UGC little sis, catch you later on this week. Oh, thank you for streaming. Oh, thank you too. Okay, we're gonna go and we're gonna give a raid to somebody who's playing Hitman. I have no idea who this person is, and I like to give raids to people who are, you know, who don't have a lot of activity in, and because I know how much it means to me when a raid comes in. Be water, my friends. You as well. Yeah, you have such a druid vibe to you, and being a druid, it's like, you know what? Korthromayak iga kruid. You know, and ooh, K Sizippy. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad you came in. And Chullly. Schullly. We're going to go and do a raid on someone who I have no idea, but they're sitting there and, you know, let's see. They've got 2 people in. So we're going to meet someone new. Why not? Or ooh, there's someone named OK Donuts who's doing just chatting. Ooh. Yeah, T. Shelley is gaining people. Or should we do OK Donuts? We do just chatting. I don't know. Does somebody else have someone they'd like to raid? I should have asked that first. If somebody has somebody that they would like to recommend a raid for. Because T. Shelley is now getting people in. So we could do OK Donuts for someone who's just chatting. Because I do love to give much love to fellow just chatters. Even though I game on Saturdays. Okay. All right. Chat out. Should we go with just chatting or Hitman 3? You guys, I will let you guys decide. And while you're deciding that, while you're giving me the ideas, again, thank you for being here. And if you can come along the raid, like I said, go down to the lower left-hand corner where it's their logo and it says live. Click onto that, and then that way the views count towards their numbers. And also, you know, just take care of yourselves. And if you can come along, great. If you're getting along with your day, then I hope you have a good one. I hope you have an amazing one. Please remember how important you are. Please remember how much you matter. And most of all, please, 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 please remember that you are the only you in all of the universe. You're the only you that has ever been and the only you that will ever be. And what that does is it makes you special, it makes you sacred, and most of all, it makes you necessary. Because without you, the only you, the universe wouldn't be the same or complete without you. So, we are going to, we're going to go to OK Donuts. Because OK Donuts is just chatting, and we're gonna have some fun. Zens, you have a wonderful sleep up at 2 a.m. Oh, good Lord. Alrighty. So we're gonna go do our raid. We'll see you guys tomorrow, and have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night. And as always, I wish you balance and I wish you blessings from my heart to yours. So have a good day. Learn something new. I'm proud of you, and I love you. Bye. Off we're going to another Just Chatting.
What should my loadout be?